Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to do some longer-term technical analysis on Bitcoin because, quite frankly, not a whole lot has been happening here on Bitcoin over the last several weeks. There's not a whole lot going on. Bitcoin's pretty boring right now, so I want to zoom out and do some longer-term technical analysis while we have the opportunity. So I figured I'd address one of the common things I see in the comment section down below is that Bitcoin never actually even started the bull market, and that we're still actually in the 2018 bear market. Now, I want to make it very clear that's obviously not my position, but I see this a lot, so I want to go ahead and debunk that and prove to you guys that we are most certainly in a bull market and show you guys a plethora of different technical indicators that prove that. Even if you were like me and you do believe we're in a bull market, I think this video will be very valuable to you, so I would encourage you watching it until the end as well. Anyway, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And also, don't forget about the sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy that is running down below. There's a $40 off coupon code to join CT2A. More on that at the end of the video, but let's go ahead and dive on into some technical indicators. The first thing I want to do, guys, is start out here, actually not even on the weekly chart, on the monthly chart. We're currently on BLX, which is the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin. If you type BLX up here, then you're going to find this chart. This is a composite chart of a lot of different charts that actually allows us to see Bitcoin price action all the way back to July of 2010, all the way through to today. This is the only chart where you're going to see that far of price action, and is very useful for these long-term movements that we're looking at, like the beginning and end of bull and bear markets. And there's a lot of interesting data that we can get from this chart. For instance, if we bring up our RSI and stochastic RSI, there are two very obvious signals that come from here, as well as from several other indicators I'll show you in a second. One is this horizontal level through around 55 to 56 on the monthly and also on the weekly chart. I'll show you the weekly here in a second. But guys, during bull markets, Bitcoin is above this level. During bear markets, Bitcoin in general is below this level. If we turn on our log chart here and we bring up our cross, what we can see is right around the time that we start getting above this level of resistance on the RSI, it's right around the time the bull market started. Same thing is true in the opposite. Right around the time that Bitcoin fell below it was a few months after we had started the new bear market. And as you can see, Bitcoin rallied through this back in April, which was right around the time that we were all saying that the bull market was starting. And the same thing is true and even more accurate down here on the weekly charts, actually far more accurate. As we can see, Bitcoin will rally to this level of around 55 to 56 on the RSI and test it as resistance during bear markets. We saw that quite a lot, but the exact opposite is true during bull markets. Bitcoin will come down and test it as support. And a lot of times when Bitcoin comes down and tests this level as support, what it means is that the rally's probably coming close to an end and that Bitcoin's bull market is about to start roaring again. And that's exactly what's happening right now, guys. Bitcoin has come down in the last couple of weeks to test this, and it does seem to have a little bit of a bounce off of it. If we do break to the upside, we're probably going to see a bullish bounce off of 56, which is important because when Bitcoin is in a bull market, as it was right here to right here, it's above this level on the RSI. When it's in a bear market, as it was right here to right here, it's below this level on the RSI. But guys, like I said, we're not just going to look at RSI. There are a plethora of different technical indicators that we can use to prove this, and we'll have a conclusion on this at the end of the video. Another one would have to do with the stochastic RSI. This one down here is pretty obvious to read. When Stoch RSI is up here in overbought territory, you're typically in a bull market. When you're in oversold territory, you're typically in a bear market. Guys, Bitcoin rallied to and is in overbought territory right now. Very easy signal, but one I definitely had to mention. The next one that I obviously have to show you guys is the 20 exponential moving average on the weekly chart. As you guys can see, when Bitcoin is above this moving average, Bitcoin is in a bull market. Pretty much never goes below this moving average during a bull market, and we got above it back over here on April the 1st. Bitcoin will go up and test it as resistance and get slightly above it in bear markets, but that has not happened since we were in a bull market. Bitcoin has held firm above the 20 EMA and doesn't look like it's going to fall too far below it, and if it does, it's probably going to be short-lived. But guys, that's not our only analysis, for there is more out here on the weekly chart. If I go ahead and get rid of our 50, we'll be able to see this a little better. Whenever Bitcoin is in a bull market, guess what? It is typically above the 100 simple moving average, except whenever Bitcoin is below that, it's typically not in a bear market, it's typically in the accumulation preceding a bull market. So what I mean by that is during the bear market, Bitcoin's normally still above the 100 weekly SMA. During the accumulation phase, Bitcoin falls below it and is not above it. And then right around the time we break through the 100 simple moving average again, we've moved into a bull market. The exact same thing happened over here. Bitcoin, according to this, is also in a bull market. Furthermore, looking at our moving averages, guys, we can find some golden crosses here pretty obviously. If we come down to the daily chart and we look at golden crosses, excuse me, I need to turn my 200 moving average on. If we come down to the daily chart and look for golden crosses, what we are going to see is that there was a golden cross on September 23rd of 2019. Guess what, guys? That has only happened 2 or 3 times in the history of Bitcoin, and every time it happens, it's at the beginning of a bull market. We saw 2 over here because we had a little bit of a fake out, one right here and one right here. Both of them were immediately preceding a new bull market, and if you go back in time, if I remember correctly, that has only ever happened one other time, which was right here, which was also at the beginning of a bull market. You guessed it. Guys, I can keep going, so I'm going to. The 200 SMA on the daily chart as well. Bitcoin is almost always below this moving average when it is in a bear market, and when it is above this moving average, it's almost always in a bull market, as we can see right here. Bitcoin got above this on our April Fool's rally and has been above it ever since, and doesn't show any sign of falling below it anytime soon. And guys, I can keep going, but I think you're getting the point. To wrap this up so that we don't dive into 100 more technical indicators, because there are always more that you can look at for this, I think it's important that we just take a step back and we look at what Bitcoin's market looks like. Does this really look like a rally during a bear market, guys? These are rallies in bear markets. These are the kind of rallies that would move 40-50%. This rally moved nearly 400%. It's 260 to 300% depending on where you measure it. This is most certainly not a bear market rally, guys. This is most certainly not some kind of corrective wave. This is the beginning of a new bull market. So just because we've had about 3 months of consolidation does not mean that the bear market is coming back. It does not mean the bull market is over. I want to explain exactly why we've been trading sideways here. The reason that Bitcoin has been trading sideways ever since late June is because Bitcoin had this gigantic run up and it needed to consolidate. If you look at the proportions of this flag to this flagpole, it looks perfect, guys. It doesn't look like we've been trading sideways for too long. I'll tell you what looks like we were trading sideways for too long was the bear market, but that's because we were in a bear market. Bitcoin is doing nothing more than returning to a lot of these moving averages that it needs to test support on, for example, the 20 EMA. We started trading sideways because, as we did in 2017 over here, we got too far from our moving averages and we lost all of our support. So Bitcoin needed to trade sideways over here to consolidate, but instead in 2017 it fell off a cliff. Luckily, we're not doing that. We're trading sideways and consolidating so that we can move even farther to the upside. Another example moving average, guys, would be the 100 daily simple moving average. If we look back on the previous bull market, pretty much every time Bitcoin had a correction, it would come down and test the 100 daily simple moving average, even falling below it for up to 2 months at a time. That's something else that Bitcoin desperately needed to do. I mean, look at how far Bitcoin was away from this. The simple moving average was down here at $7,000 and Bitcoin was at $14,000. We had gotten so far away from our support that of course we had to have a pullback. Frankly, I think it's a testament to how strong the bulls are that Bitcoin did not fall straight to the 200 simple moving average and we traded sideways to it instead. So guys, to conclude, to everybody who thinks that we're still not in a bull market, I think you're wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Tell me in the comment section down below why you still think that we're in a bear market, because I know a lot of people in the comment section say that. Some people might be trolling, but I think there's a lot of genuine people that are saying that. I'd love to hear your take on that, because I genuinely don't even see where the argument is for a bear market. It's very, very clear to me that we're in a bull market. I would love to see your opinions on that in the comment section down below. Anyway, guys, sorry for the short video again, but like I said, there's not a whole lot going on in Bitcoin, not much news to talk about, not a whole lot going on the charts. So really I want to start doing a little bit more longer term technical analysis so we have more things to talk about here, so we're not just repeating ourselves. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Before I go though, I will mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, guys, because that sale will be running for another 5 days or so. I think I'm going to conclude the sale on Friday of next week. So guys, if you've been thinking about trying to trade in these markets, either full-time, part-time, you're trying to make money in them, but you don't know what you're doing, it's very important that you have a course to go through. It's very important that you have some kind of structured academy to teach you this stuff. There's a reason that teachers don't go and teach themselves how to be teachers. Physicists don't teach themselves how to be physicists. Aerospace engineers don't get to teach themselves how to be aerospace engineers. They have to do it and get the degree to certify that they've done it. The same thing should be true for cryptocurrency, guys, because if you try and go and learn all this stuff on your own, it is going to be very difficult and you're going to miss a lot of important things. There is a lot of stuff in this course that I talk about that you are never going to find on YouTube simply because it's not a sexy topic and nobody wants to talk about it. Stuff like mass psychology, gut feeling, I've literally never seen a single other YouTuber talk about this. This is instinct, guys. This is one of the most natural, fundamental parts of technical analysis, and nobody talks about it. It's so important that you guys have the information in this academy, and it's a fantastic deal at only $159 when there are other courses with less content going for 4 or 5 times this price. So guys, if you want to learn technical analysis, there's a 14-day money-back refund guarantee. If you don't like the academy, shoot me an email and we'll get that worked out. So you really have nothing to lose, guys. The link to join is in the description down below. Use that $40 off coupon code at checkout, and I will see you guys over there. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I really do hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, I'm feeling like giving you a little treat. I want to hear the name of your favorite country down below. Tell me the name of your favorite country down below. Let's have a conversation that, quite frankly, will probably turn into a firestorm down there, but it'd be funny to watch. So tell me the name of your favorite country down below. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.